In a small town where the roads were dusty and the days all felt the same, there lived a young man named Evan. Every morning, Evan woke before the sun. Not because he loved mornings, but because responsibility demanded it. He worked at a small repair shop, fixing things that others had broken. The pay was enough to survive, but never enough to feel alive. While his hands were busy with tools and grease, his mind was always somewhere else, drifting toward a dream he had carried since childhood. Evan wanted to create, to build something meaningful, to leave a mark on the world that said, "I was here and I tried." But life had taught him a different, harsher lesson. Dreams don't pay the bills, people would say. Be realistic, they'd warn. Don't risk what you already have. So, Evan listened. And slowly, without even realizing it, he stopped dreaming out loud. Every night, after a long day, he'd sit by his small window and quietly write ideas in an old, worn notebook. He didn't tell anyone. His dream felt fragile, like it would shatter if spoken. Some nights, he felt foolish. Who am I to dream bigger than this town? Who am I to want more than this? Fear became his constant companion. The fear of failure. The fear of what people would think. The fear of wasting precious time. Years passed, the notebook filled up with sketches and plans, but Evan stayed exactly where he was. One evening, the repair shop stayed open late. An elderly man came in with a broken clock, an old family heirloom. Evan carefully took it apart, fixed the intricate gears, and handed it back. The man smiled warmly and said, "Thank you. This clock has been stopped for years. I kept waiting for the right time to get it fixed." Then he paused, his eyes thoughtful. "You know," he said softly, "waiting too long is how dreams die." That single sentence stayed with Evan. It echoed in his mind all night. He didn't sleep. He just stared at his notebook and realized something painful. Time was passing anyway. Whether he chased his dream or not, the clock was ticking. The very next morning, Evan made a decision. It wasn't a big, dramatic announcement. It was just one small, quiet step. He committed to working on his dream for just 1 hour every single day. No guarantees, no grand declarations, just consistency. Some days he was exhausted. Some days progress felt completely invisible. And some days his doubt screamed much louder than his hope. But he kept going, because he learned something powerful. Dreams don't require you to be confident. They just require you to be consistent. Months turned into years. Of course, there were failures. There were countless mistakes. There were moments when quitting felt so much easier than continuing. But something fundamental had changed inside Evan. He was no longer asking, "What if I fail?" He was now asking, "What if I never even try?" Slowly, his work got better. People started to notice. Small opportunities began to appear, not magically, but gradually, earned through his effort. And one day, Evan looked up and realized he wasn't just chasing a dream anymore. He was living inside of it. Evan didn't become famous overnight. He didn't escape struggle completely. But he found something far more valuable than either of those things. He found his purpose. Years later, when a young person asked him the secret to his success, Evan smiled and said, "Most people wait for the perfect moment, but dream chasers." If you're listening to this right now, and you feel stuck, if your dream feels too big, too far away, if fear has convinced you to wait just one more day, remember this: you don't need permission to have a dream. You don't need to be fearless to start, and you certainly don't need to have it all figured out. All you need is to take one small step today. Because dreams don't chase themselves, you chase them. And the moment you decide to do that, that is the moment your life truly begins to move forward. Thank you for listening.